Bianca always had that kind of presence that turned heads. Loud laugh, magnetic charm, effortless style. She was the kind of woman who didn't just enter a room. She arrived. And I love that about her. In the early years, I admired her spark. She could make strangers feel like old friends. And when she smiled, the whole room seemed a little warmer. That fire in her, it was part of what drew me in. Being married to her meant accepting that she would always need just a little more attention than most. And for a while, I was okay with that. We had been married almost 7 years. No kids yet by choice. We lived just outside Chicago in a comfortable home in the suburbs. Stable, peaceful. She worked in interior design, and I managed contracts for a logistics firm. Life wasn't flashy, but it was steady, predictable, safe, or at least I thought it was. Everything began to shift the day she told me she was heading to Las Vegas for a bachelorette party. She was stuffing a carry-on with outfits that didn't exactly scream poolside brunch, and my stomach twisted as I watched her. "It's just 3 nights," she said, waving it off with that trademark smile. "Just us girls. Not a big deal." I didn't say much, just nodded, but she saw it on my face. "Donald, don't be that guy. Don't turn into the jealous husband just because we're going to Vegas." "I'm not jealous," I told her. "It's just the way this came up, it feels off. It's not like I'm hiding anything. I told you about it." That was her favorite weapon, transparency. If she said it out loud, it couldn't be suspicious. But my gut told me otherwise. Something in her tone, in how quickly she shut me down. It didn't sit right. She kissed me at the door before leaving, light and casual. "Don't be dramatic. It's just a trip." 3 days later, she came back. Same voice, same laugh, same perfume. But something in her eyes wasn't the same. I felt it immediately. The shift was subtle, but unmistakable. She tried to act normal. Airport texts, a big hug in the kitchen, stories about oversized margaritas, dance floors, and how Jenna cried at a steakhouse over a Shania Twain song. But her laugh didn't land the way it used to. Her eyes flicked around too much. And that night, when I reached for her waist in bed, she flinched. Not like she was scared, more like she'd been snapped out of a daydream she didn't want to leave. The next morning, I noticed her Instagram was gone. "Social media detox," she said, sipping coffee like she hadn't just vanished her digital life overnight. "I'm tired of scrolling all day." Bianca? Tired of attention? That was like a flame deciding it didn't want oxygen. She got nice after that. But it wasn't her usual over-the-top affection. It was calculated. Meals on time, polite conversation. Sex that felt more like obligation than desire. Like she was checking off boxes to cover something up. Then one day, curiosity got the best of me. She was in the shower, and I saw the trash hadn't been emptied. Inside was a crumpled hotel envelope from a place called the Eden, not the Delano, where she said she and the girls were staying. A different hotel entirely. The receipt showed minibar charges. Late checkout. Not the kind of place you go to for a girls' brunch. I said nothing, just started watching closer. She no longer asked me about work. Double-checked her phone before setting it down. Didn't ask questions she didn't want bounced back at her. My gut feeling? It didn't shout. It hummed, low, constant, until it became deafening. One night, I woke up and saw her sleeping back to me, curled around a pillow like she was holding someone else. I stared at her and knew she'd done something in Vegas, and she wasn't going to tell me unless I dragged it out of her. But I waited 3 days because I needed more than just suspicion. I needed certainty. So I reached out to someone who might have seen something, Vanessa, Jenna's cousin. She'd always been friendly, and once Bianca mentioned that Vanessa had a small crush on me back when we were dating. I'd store that away. Now, it came in handy. I messaged her casually. "How was Vegas?" She replied fast, wild, with a winky face. So I asked directly. Bianca didn't get into any trouble, did she? No response. 10 minutes. Then 20. Finally, I shouldn't be the one to say anything. You should talk to her. "Vanessa, I'm not stupid. Just tell me." Another pause. Then the message that changed everything. She slept with some guy from the pool party. It was just a one-night thing. She was drunk. We told her not to. She made us promise not to tell. I didn't feel anger. Not yet. Just a numb coldness, like someone had switched off the heat inside me. That night, Bianca was folding laundry when I walked in. Was it worth it? I asked. She didn't turn around. The guy in Vegas. The Eden Hotel. Was it worth it? She dropped the shirt, turned slowly, her mouth opening like she couldn't find the words. Don't lie, I said. I already know. She sat down on the bed, facing her hands. It was a mistake. I didn't even know his name. It was stupid. I thought I could bury it. Pretend it never happened. I stood there in silence while she cried. Then I said, I need air, and walked out. I didn't come home that night, or the 2 nights after. I stayed at a cheap hotel a few miles away, just enough distance to breathe. She called, she texted, left voicemails, her voice cracking with every I love you. I listened, didn't answer. By day 4, I went back. She looked like a shadow of herself, pale, eyes puffy, curled on the couch like she hadn't moved since I left. Donald, please, she whispered. Can we talk? We will, I said, but first you're going to listen. No more drinking, not even a glass of wine. She nodded. Okay. No more girls' trips. If I'm not going, you're not going. Another nod. I want access to everything. Your phone, passwords, calendar, full transparency. Her jaw clenched, but she didn't argue. And you're going to therapy. Weekly. If I join, it'll be on my terms. Yes, she whispered. One more thing. I said, I'm doing my own thing now. Gym, work, side projects. Don't mistake my silence for forgiveness. She nodded again, slowly. No, you don't understand, I said, but maybe you will. That night, I moved back into our bed. We didn't touch, barely talked. I went to work, came home, cooked my own meals, ran 5 miles each morning, lifted at night. Bianca tiptoed around me. But I didn't yell, didn't accuse. That would have made it easier for her. Instead, I rebuilt. Quietly, coldly. I changed passwords. Met with a lawyer. Separated accounts. Froze the assets she didn't even know existed. I told her I was healing. But I was preparing. Calculated. Focused. And something strange happened. I started to feel powerful. I dropped 8 pounds, packed on muscle. I became sharper at work, took bigger risks. Management noticed. So did Bianca. She started asking questions. Who's that texting you? Can I come to the gym with you? I kept my answers short. Just the truth, nothing more. She tried harder. Fancy dinners, new lingerie, candles and soft music. I appreciated the effort, but I didn't play along. She showed up at the gym once, unannounced. I saw her in the mirror, awkward and out of place. Later in the car, she said, You didn't tell me you'd be out this long. I wasn't aware I needed permission. That's not what I meant. I didn't respond. She searched my laptop. I know because I found her browsing history, how to tell if your husband is cheating, and my assistant's LinkedIn profile. When I brought it up, she folded. I'm sorry, she said tearfully. I don't know what you're thinking anymore. Good, I replied. That hurt her, but I didn't backpedal. I wasn't interested in giving her comfort anymore. I had found something inside me, discipline, independence, a new version of me. A month later, she made some candlelit dinner. Salmon with glaze, sparkling cider. She looked stunning, too perfect, like she was trying to bottle the past and pour it into the present. Donald, she said softly, are you ever going to forgive me? I put my fork down. That's not what you want to ask. She swallowed. Do you still want this? Us. I looked at her, really looked. Hair curled, makeup just right, that familiar perfume. And yet, she felt so far away. I'm not sure I want what this is. I said, You're punishing me, she whispered. No, I'm just not pretending. I'm not the man you cheated on. I outgrew that version of me. She stood, voice cracking. So that's it? You glow up, get your life together, and I'm just a phase? I stayed seated. You wanted freedom. You got it. I've just adjusted to who I need to be now. She walked away, quietly, and that night I moved into the guest room. 2 days later, she came to me again. Let's go to therapy. Together. Start over. I looked at her, and for the first time, felt nothing. No fire. No pull. Just distance. I already started over. I said, you just weren't part of it. Her face fell. You said you weren't gone. I wasn't, but I'm done pretending there's anything left to feel. That weekend, I packed my things. No drama. No yelling. Just quiet closure. The paperwork was already signed. The assets protected. I gave her the option to buy me out of the house. Otherwise, it would be sold. Simple. Businesslike. On Sunday morning, with the trunk loaded, I handed her an envelope. Divorce papers. I still love you, she said, her voice breaking. I believe you, I replied. But I love me now, too. Then I drove away. I didn't look back. In the mirror, she got smaller and eventually disappeared. I wasn't angry anymore. I wasn't broken. I was just done.